In the fascinating world of anime, battles between characters from different universes often spark intriguing debates among fans. A prime example of such a hypothetical matchup is between Rudeus Greyrot from Mushoku Tensei and Asta from Black Clover. This analysis delves into a detailed comparison of these two characters, who come from vastly different backgrounds yet possess extraordinary abilities. Rudeus, a reincarnated individual armed with powerful magic, faces off against Asta, a magicless warrior with anti-magic capabilities. But before we get into it, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And if you want to get notified every time I upload a new video, click the bell icon as well. It really helps me out and I appreciate it a lot. Alright, let's get started. Rudeus Greyrot's story is a compelling tale of redemption and growth. Originally an outcast in his past life, he gets a second chance in a magical world as part of the Greyrot family. From early on, Rudeus shows a prodigious aptitude for magic, a rarity in the Mushoku Tensei universe. His journey is marked by constant learning and self-improvement, shaping him into a formidable magician. He is known for his mastery over complex spells and elemental magic, a skill set that is both diverse and powerful. Rudeus's background is crucial in understanding his approach to battles. He combines his innate magical talent with the strategic thinking of his past life's experiences. Asta, in stark contrast, hails from a world where magic is everything, yet he is born without any magical ability. This anomaly in Black Clover makes his journey unique and challenging. Asta's determination and resilience lead him to acquire the rare anti-magic ability, allowing him to nullify magic. His journey is underlined by sheer willpower and physical training, compensating for his lack of magic with brute strength and exceptional endurance. Asta's background is a story of defying the odds. He turns his apparent weakness into his greatest strength, becoming a key member of the Black Bulls squad. His ability to negate magic makes him a wild card in any battle scenario, especially against magic-reliant opponents like Rudeus. Rudeus is proficient in elemental magic, including earth, fire, wind, and water. His control over these elements is not just about raw power, it's also about precision and adaptability. He can conjure powerful fire spells for offense or use earth magic for defense and terrain manipulation. This versatility gives him an edge in adapting his strategy to different combat scenarios. Beyond basic elemental magic, Rudeus has mastered advanced spells, some of which are unique to him. These include powerful offensive spells that can devastate large areas and intricate utility spells for various purposes. Rudeus's magical capacity is significantly higher than most characters in his universe. This high capacity, combined with his precise control, allows him to cast multiple spells simultaneously or weave complex magical constructs. Drawing from his previous life's experience, Rudeus often employs magic tactically. He anticipates opponents' moves and counters them effectively, making him a formidable strategist in battle. Asta's abilities in Black Clover are centered around his unique anti-magic power, which sets him apart in a world where magic is prevalent. Asta's most distinctive trait is his anti-magic ability, which allows him to nullify and repel magic. This ability is crucial in his battles against mages, as it lets him render their magical attacks ineffective. Asta can disrupt magical fields, break through enchantments, and even reflect magical attacks back at his opponents. Asta wields several anti-magic swords, each with unique properties. The Demonslayer sword can cut through magic and deflect spells. The Demon Dweller sword can absorb and release magic, and the Demon Destroyer sword can negate the effects of spells. These swords are the primary tools in Asta's arsenal, giving him a versatile approach to combat. Lacking innate magic, Asta compensates with exceptional physical strength, agility, and endurance. His rigorous training has honed his body to peak human condition. Asta's speed and reflexes allow him to close distances quickly, which is vital in combating mages like Rudeus. Asta's black form, a transformation that further amplifies his anti-magic abilities, significantly boosts his physical abilities and his sword's anti-magic properties. In this form, Asta can fly and move at incredible speeds, making him an even more formidable opponent. Asta's advantage in physical strength is pronounced. His exhaustive training in Black Clover has resulted in remarkable physical prowess, marked by agility and strength. He is adept at high-speed movements and can execute powerful physical attacks, essential in combating magic users. Rudeus, in contrast, relies heavily on his magical abilities, with his physical strength being relatively average. This disparity places Rudeus at a disadvantage in close-quarters combat or scenarios where his magic is neutralized. In terms of intelligence and strategic thinking, Rudeus stands out. His background, imbued with experiences from his previous life, equips him with a keen tactical mind. He excels in devising strategies, adapting his magical tactics to various combat scenarios. Asta, while not as strategically advanced as Rudeus, compensates with a strong battle instinct and the ability to make rapid decisions in combat. His straightforward, relentless approach can sometimes outmaneuver more complex strategies, posing a challenge to Rudeus's calculated plans. Stamina and durability are key in their confrontation. Asta's endurance is a significant asset. His ability to engage in extended combat without substantial fatigue gives him an edge in drawn-out battles. Rudeus, while possessing good stamina, especially in sustaining magical attacks, may find it challenging to match Asta in a prolonged physical engagement. Asta's superior endurance could prove crucial, especially in scenarios where Rudeus's magic is effectively countered. Asta wields anti-magic swords, each with unique properties capable of nullifying and countering magic. These swords are central to Asta's combat style, offering him various offensive and defensive options against magical attacks. Rudeus, on the other hand, relies on his magical gear and spells. His arsenal includes advanced spells and magical techniques, but their effectiveness is questionable against Asta's anti-magic properties. While Rudeus possesses superior magical abilities and strategic acumen, Asta's physical strength, endurance, and unique anti-magic capabilities present significant challenges. Asta's ability to nullify magic and his physical prowess could potentially overwhelm Rudeus, especially if he successfully closes the distance and engages in close combat. However, Rudeus's tactical thinking and vast array of magical skills should not be underestimated. By constantly repositioning himself, Rudeus can avoid direct physical confrontations, which are Asta's forte. This tactic would force Asta into a more reactive role, trying to close the distance repeatedly, which can be physically and mentally taxing, especially considering Asta's lack of ranged options. Moreover, Rudeus could utilize teleportation to launch surprise attacks. By teleporting himself or his spells to unexpected locations, he could catch Asta off guard. This strategy is particularly effective because Asta, while immensely fast and reactive, relies on seeing or sensing attacks to counter them with his anti-magic. Surprise magical attacks from various angles could overwhelm Asta's defensive capabilities. However, this strategy is not without risks. Asta's anti-magic is a natural counter to any magical attack, while teleportation itself is not magic. The magical energy required to activate it could be nullified by Asta's anti-magic, potentially disrupting the process and leaving Rudeus vulnerable mid-teleport. Teleportation consumes a significant amount of magical energy, especially for long distances or frequent use. If Rudeus overexerts himself, he could deplete his mana reserves and leave himself open to attack. Rudeus's success in this strategy largely hinges on his ability to remain unpredictable with his teleportation and to effectively manage his mana. Overusing teleportation or becoming predictable could turn the tide in Asta's favor. Asta's endurance and adaptability mean that Rudeus would need to secure a decisive victory quickly, as a drawn-out battle could increasingly favor Asta's physicality and endurance. If Rudeus were to use his extensive magical knowledge to create unique and unforeseen spells in a battle against Asta, the dynamics of the encounter would become quite intriguing. Rudeus's mastery over magic and his intellectual prowess give him the capability to craft spells that could be outside the scope of Asta's prior experiences and understanding of magic. However, the effectiveness of these new spells against Asta hinges on several key factors. Asta's anti-magic ability, stemming from his grimoire and swords, is unique in that it nullifies magic regardless of its form or complexity. This means that, fundamentally, any spell, no matter how novel or intricate, could be negated by Asta's anti-magic if he successfully counters it directly. Therefore, the challenge for Rudeus lies not only in creating new spells, but also in deploying them in a manner that circumvents Asta's ability to nullify them. One potential strategy for Rudeus could involve crafting spells that manipulate the environment or battlefield in ways that indirectly disadvantage Asta. For instance, spells that alter terrain, create obstacles, or manipulate elemental forces could force Asta to focus on navigation and survival, rather than solely on offense and defense against magic attacks. It's important to note, however, that Asta's combat instincts and adaptability are highly advanced. He has consistently shown the ability to quickly understand and counter new forms of magic. This means that Rudeus' success with novel spells would likely depend on maintaining a high degree of unpredictability and complexity in his magical attacks, as well as trying to exhaust Asta's physical and mental resources over the course of the battle. For Rudeus to emerge victorious in a battle against Asta, he would need to employ a sophisticated and multi-layered strategy, leveraging his extensive magical knowledge while carefully navigating Asta's anti-magic abilities. The key for Rudeus is to create a battle scenario where his strengths are maximized and Asta's strengths are neutralized as much as possible. Firstly, Rudeus could use environmental manipulation to his advantage. By altering the battlefield through terrain changes, weather manipulation, or creating physical barriers, he can limit Asta's mobility and direct combat approach. This not only makes it harder for Asta to engage physically, but also forces him to constantly adapt to the changing battlefield conditions. Secondly, Rudeus should focus on indirect combat methods. Instead of direct magical attacks, which Asta can easily negate, Rudeus could employ illusions, time manipulation, or spells that affect perception. These types of magic might challenge Asta's anti-magic ability, as they don't conform to conventional attack or defense forms. Additionally, Rudeus might consider utilizing summoned beings or constructs. While Asta can negate the magic of these entities, dealing with them could divide his attention and energy, providing Rudeus opportunities to launch more strategic attacks. Moreover, Rudeus needs to maintain unpredictability. Constantly changing his tactics and spell types would prevent Asta from quickly adapting or predicting his next move. This could involve feints, misdirection, or varying the timing and nature of his attacks. However, Rudeus must also be wary of his own limitations, particularly mana management. Overextending himself magically could leave him vulnerable. Therefore, efficient use of magic and possibly even preparing mana reserves or artifacts that could aid in the battle might be crucial. In essence, Rudeus' path to victory lies in outmaneuvering and outsmarting Asta, using his magic creatively and strategically, rather than relying on sheer power. It would be a battle of wits, strategy, and adaptability, with Rudeus needing to stay one step ahead throughout the encounter. Obviously, we know who the clear winner is here. You are pitting magic versus anti-magic, but it would be good to see how Rudeus can win. Can you think of a scenario where Rudeus can really win this battle? Let me know in the comments below. If you like what I do in here, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, if you have some anime that you'd like me to cover, write it down in the comments section. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.